here. Today, we're going to learn a Spanish language song called De Colores. De Colores is a Spanish song of celebration, and it's also the anthem of the United Farm Workers of America, which was founded by Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta. It's also sung a lot by members of the Catholic Cursillo Movement. We're going to learn De Colores by reading the music notation, including the rhythmic notation. So, let's get started. Okay, De Colores is 3 pages, so I did a clever thing. If you have the ebook, you can just print out the 3rd page again, and then tape it to the 2nd page. Cool, huh? And then you can fold it back into your book, so that until you have everything memorized, you'll have the pages easy to look at. There, see? Now I can see all 3 pages at once. All right, De Colores, we are using notes from the C major scale. So, no sharps or flats, and we are in 3/4 time. So the 3 means that we have 3 beats per measure, right? And the 4 means that the quarter note gets 1 beat. All right, so measure 1, what do we have here? We have a dotted half note, right? That dotted half note gets 3 beats. Excellent. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's the whole measure. And then in this measure, we have a half note, which is 2 beats. But we have this arc here, this little arc that connects these 2 notes. Remember what we call that? We call that a tie. So these 2 notes are tied together. That means that you only play this first note, but you hold it out through the duration of this note, okay? So you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, but you only play it the first time, and then you just hold it through. That's a tie. Okay, so we have in this measure beats 1 and 2, which are tied over here, and then you have quarter note 3. And the next measure you have quarter note 1, and then half note, so that's 2 and 3. Aha. And then in the next measure you have all quarter notes. This first quarter note is tied to this half note in the previous measure, right? So you have beats 2 and 3, and then you keep holding it through beat 1, right? Because you don't lift your hand and play that again. So it's tied, okay? So then you play this again. That's 2, and that's beat 3. Okay, next system. You have quarter notes, 1, 2, 3. 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 Next system, you have a quarter note, and then you have a half note, right? So 1, and then 2, 3. And then in this measure, you have a dotted half note, which is 3 beats, right? And you have a tie. So this half note is tied to this dotted half note. So you have 1 for the quarter note, 2, 3, and then instead of lifting your hand to play this again, you're just gonna keep holding it all through the 3 beats of this measure. Let's make that our first phrase, and we're gonna play it in rhythm. All right, so right hand, I'm gonna count to 3, and we're gonna come in on 1, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Time for the next phrase. All right, where did we leave off? We left off here, so we'll start here. This is a dotted half note, which is 3 counts, and then that's the whole measure, right? Then in the next measure, we have a half note, which is 2 counts, and they're tied together. So you don't play this again, right? You just hold it through 1 and 2, and then you have a quarter note, so that's 3. And this measure, you have a quarter note 1, and then half note 2 and 3. Next measure, oh, look. So you have a quarter note here, so that's 1, and you have a tie, right? So the tie, you can, even though it's to the next line, you can see, because there's a little one here left over from here, right? So this is a tie. It's 2, 3, 1, and you're gonna hold that through beat 1. And then you have beat 2, beat 3, and then 3 quarter notes, 1, 2, 3. 3 quarter notes again, 1, 2, 3. 3 quarter notes again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then what do we have here? We have a quarter note and a half note. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then look, we have dotted half note, which is 3 beats, right? And 3 beats and 3 beats. And see how they're all tied together like this? So when they're all tied together like this, you're gonna hold, so this 2 beat, this half note right here, so this is beats 2 and 3 of this measure, tied to 1, 2, 3. And this one is also tied to 1, 2, 3. And this one is also tied to 1, 2, 3. So you never lift your finger. You're just gonna play all the way through. Okay? Let's try playing it. All right, from here. I will count off 3 and we will start. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. See how I held that tie all the way through all those notes? That's what a tie is. All right, let's keep going. Next measure, we're gonna start here. So we have a dotted half note, which is 3 counts we said, right? Tied to this half note, so that's beats 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, tied together. And then beat 3, right, quarter note. Next measure, we have quarter note, 1, and then half note, beats 2 and 3, and that's tied to beat 1, quarter note, so that's 2, 3, 1, tied together. Then you have quarter, quarter, 2 and 3. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then dotted half note, right? That's 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And notice how it's tied together. And then you have 1, 2, 3 again, and that's tied together. And look, you can see that this is going to be tied to the next one too, right? This one is a quarter note. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, tied to 1, 2, 3, tied to 1, 2, 3, tied to 1. All right, so we try that much? Let's do it. Where were we? We were here, right? Okay, so starting, that 4th finger on G, I'll count off 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. All right. All right, so let's see if there's anything tricky here. All right. Oh, look at this measure. So this is all G's. So that's pretty easy, right? But I just want you to notice that our fingering changes. So we start on our 4th finger, and then we play it again with our 3rd finger, and then we play it again with our 2nd finger, and then eventually we're gonna play it with our 1 finger. You could just play these all with your 4th finger and jump to your 1 finger, but sometimes in piano music, we do have to switch our fingers like this, like 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is good practice for that. All right, so we had on G, we had 4, 3, 2, 1, and then up to the A, and then up to B flat. Interesting. B flat is not in the C major scale, right? And look, we also have a B flat here, and oh look, there's a C sharp there. Accidentals everywhere. Why would we have B flats and C sharps when we're playing notes from the C major scale? The reason is that songs sometimes temporarily use notes from other scales to make them sound cooler. In De Colores, the composer temporarily uses notes from the D minor scale. And then, after a few measures in D minor, it goes back to C major again. All right, let's go into the next section. All right, here we go. Starting the next phrase, we already played beat 1, right? So then we have quarter notes, beats 2 and 3. Next measure, we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Up here, we have 1, 2, 3. These are all quarter notes, 1, 2, 3. And then, oh, this measure looks a little bit different. So we have a dotted half note, and then we also have 2 quarter notes, right? So since we have the dotted half note, which is 3 beats, right? We play the dotted half note, and while we hold it down, we also play this beat 2 and beat 3. So this is what this measure looks like. So we're gonna hold down the E and then play the C and the B on beats 2 and 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. See that? So you keep holding this one down and then just play these like normal. So 1, 2, 3. Okay? All right, next measure. All right, so the same situation. This is the end of our phrase right here. But when we go on, you're gonna hold down this B flat with your 1 finger for 3 beats, and then you'll come in on these. So let's try playing that much. Starting here. I'll count off 1. Well, I'll count off 1, 2, 3, 1, and then you come in on 2. How about that? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Did you notice that here I crossed over my 1 finger and I went to my 5 finger, and then I went down to 3, 2, 1. So it was 3, 2, 1, crossed over my 5 finger, down to 3, 2, 1. It was like this. So I'll start here. So 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Cool, huh? All right, finally the last section. Let's take a look here. So remember we played the B flat already, right? With our 1 finger. And then on beats 2 and 3, we're gonna play the F and G, okay? While we hold down the B flat with our 1 finger. Okay. Then the next measure, we have 1, 2, 3. These are all quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then come here, 1, 2, 3. Aha. And then we have the dotted half note. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then it's tied to this dotted half note. So that's another 1, 2, 3. And then tied to this one, it's another 1, 2, 3. So that's all tied together, right? You play it here and you don't lift your finger. You play it all the way through to the end of this measure. And then you play this final chord, and that's a dotted half note. 1, 2, 3. And that's the end. So let's try playing that much. All right, so we'll go ahead and start on the beginning of the measure this time, even though that's not the beginning of our phrase, because we want to make sure that we're holding that beat 1 down, right? So I'll count 1, 2, 3, and we'll come in on 1. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Chord. 2, 3. Off. Yay! All right, let's play the whole right hand melody from the beginning to the very end. Right hand only. All right, here we go. I'll count off 3 for you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent job, everyone. Okay, I really encourage you to be very, 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 very good at this right hand before you move on, okay? So practice slowly. If there are any sections that are a little bit tricky, like maybe that section or maybe this section right here, keep practicing those slowly and in rhythm, okay? And then we will move on to the rest of the song. All right, now that you've practiced, let's try our left hand. So we're gonna start with a dotted half note. Look at that chord, it's all stacked together, right? So we play it all at the same time. This is a dotted half note with 3 beats. Okay, next we have quarter, quarter, quarter. That's 1, 2, 3. Quarter, quarter, quarter. 1, 2, 3. Dotted half note. That's 3 beats. Then we have quarter. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then over here we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Aha. That's the end of our phrase that we did last time, right? But for the sake of our left hand, we're going to go all the way through the end of this measure, okay? So this is the dotted half note stacked together, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Shall we try playing it? All right, let's do it. So we're going to use our 1, 3, and 5 fingers on our left hand. I'll count off 3 for you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, so the next section, starting where we left off here with this chord, we have dotted half note. We just played 1, 2, 3, right? And then we have quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then dotted half note again. So that's 1, 2, 3, all in one note. Then we have quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then up here we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of our phrase, but we'll go to here, and this is the dotted half note, 1, 2, 3. Okay? All in one note. Let's try playing it. Okay, where were we? We'll start from here though, okay? Good practice. I'll count off 3 for you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Off. Wow. All right, let's look at some of the tricky parts in this section. Okay, so we did that chord, right? That's G, B, and D, and we played all at the same time, like that, right? And then we walk this line down, jump up here. Aha! Don't be tricked. This is a B, not a G, right? See how this is on the bottom line? That's a G. On the second line from the bottom, that's a B with our fifth finger. So pay attention, don't be tricked. All right, keep going. What do we have? Oh, so this line down, it's not straight down. There are a couple little jumps in there. So we're gonna start on A, right? Down to G, and skip down to E, and skip down to C. Remember, you have the two leisure lines, and that's 2 C's below middle C, right there. Okay. Oh, what's that guy? This is low G, but don't take my word for it. Let's figure it out for ourselves. So how many leisure lines do we have here? We have 3 leisure lines. So we know that 2 leisure lines is C, right? That's 2 leisure lines is 2 C's below middle C. So what's below C? That would be a space, right? And then below this, that would be B, right, in that space. And then the line below B would be A, right? And the space below A would be G. And that's how we know. So when you have the 2 leisure lines, that's 2 C's below middle C, right? So here's middle C, there's 1, there's 2. That's that one right there, right? Now, this has a 3rd leisure line. So from C, you would go down to the space, that's a B, and then you go down to the line, that would be the A, and then down in that space below the 3rd leisure line is G. Ooh, all the way down there. All right, so now you know, and you know how to figure it out in case you don't know. All right, let's look at the next section. So we left off here with our chord on C, E, and G, right? Excellent. So that's a dotted half note, that's 1, 2, 3. Then you have quarter notes, 1, 2, 3. Next system, 1, 2, 3. And then dotted half note, that's 3 beats, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And dotted half note again, so that's 3 beats right there. And then you have 1, 2, 3, all quarter notes again, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's interesting. Don't forget, there's a C sharp right there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then we have a dotted half note again. All right, should we give it a go? Let's give it a go. We'll start here again, okay? So we had that chord. I'll count off 3 for you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's look at some of the tricky parts in this section. Okay, so this is all okay. Aha. Okay, that looks a little bit crunchy to your eyes even, right? So let's take a look at that. That's C on top, and then a B flat right below that, and then E on the bottom. So since they're right next to each other, I'm gonna play 1 and 2. So C, B flat, and then E on the bottom, 5 on the bottom, at the same time. All right. Got it? All right, let's keep going. So let me come up here. Okay, notice that there's a C sharp here, right? But they left it out here. Well, they didn't really leave it out. It's also a C sharp if it's in the same measure. But I'll write it in to remind myself. Okay, should we play that one? Let's see. That's E on top with a C sharp and the G on the bottom. So 1 finger, 2 finger, and 5 finger. Ah, there it is. Okay, what about this one? This is F, A, and D on top. So from the way that looks, I think I'm gonna play 1, 3, 5. So I'll play 1 for the D, and I'll play 3 for the A, and 5 for the F. All right, excellent. Let pencil away. Let's move on to the next section. So we have quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up here, quarter notes again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, so this is, remember that we did that measure up here before with our right hand. So you're gonna hold down this dotted half note for the whole measure, right? But you also have beats 2 and 3 that you're gonna play. So keep your 5 finger on this dotted half note, and then you'll also play these 2 notes. Okay, then we have the next measure. You hold down that dotted half note, and then you have 1, 2, 3, quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then dotted half note, so that's 3 beats, and then we end with dotted half note, 3 beats. All right, let's try it. From here, I'll count off 3 for you, and then we'll start playing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's look at the tricky sections, right? Okay, well, the first one I think is here. So we're gonna hold that C down with the 5 finger and then also play the G and F. So it's gonna look like this. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the next measure, right? Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whoa, so much coordination. Now, let's try the right hand with that measure. Ooh, notice that they are both starting on our 5 finger, right? So right hand 5 finger, left hand 5 finger. So let's do it slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can we try it again? Let's try that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. All right, that is very interesting. Keep practicing that one because that can be a little bit tricky, okay? Now, what else do we have? Oh, this looks exactly the same as this up here. Let's see what that looks like. That's A, G, E, C, right? And look, same here, we have A, G, E, C. It's the same thing. I love patterns. When you learn the pattern, you only have to learn it one time. All right, so now let's do the entire left hand from the beginning to the end in rhythm. All right, I'll go slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic! All right, so remember to practice. You're gonna practice slowly with your left hand until all of that is gonna be super comfortable, right? And then we will put it hands together. All right, let's do it. I'll count off 3. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow, good job, everyone. All right, now that we have learned hands together, let's add another challenge, right? Let's try singing it on the solfege. So this one starts on so. I'll count off 3, and then we're gonna play and sing solfege. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So, fa, fa, mi, fa, sol, sol, job, everyone. Now, we talked about how this song is in Spanish, right? So, since these words are in Spanish, I'm going to run through them with you once so you know what they sound like. So let's look at the beginning of the song. We have de colores. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. All right, got it? So practice those words until they sound very flowing out of your mouth, and then we'll put it all together. All right, everyone, now we are finally ready to put it all together, hands together, and singing the lyrics. All right. 1, 2, 3. Wow! So today we learned a new song, De Colores, and we even learned to sing it in Spanish. We used a lot of the stuff that we've been learning, right? So we even used ties, and we used dotted half notes, and we used all of our coordination to make that happen. If you're able to sing this song while you're playing, you are doing a great job, and you should be super proud of yourself. So remember, keep practicing all your songs and your scales, sing while you play, and memorize everything. Prestissima out!